What's up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you another Blu-ray slash book slash VHS slash DVD update, and I'll just tell you right now that it is basically 97% DVDs. These are all mainly DVDs that I bought at Dollar Tree. I've been like on a big Dollar Tree kick the past few months, and they've just been, you know, getting a lot of movies. Most of the movies, I guess, are basically ones that failed to really sell at Walmart, and they just kind of get, like, you know, the aftermath of that. And you can see it because some of these even have the covers that you see in Walmart, but so I guess they just started giving them to Dollar Tree, and it must be a new thing because obviously this never really happened in past years, and recently every month it's just they have a lot. So anyway, most of these are DVDs that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and then we have a few other things here, so yeah, I will just get right on into it. First up, I will show the one book I got, and that is Annapolis Ghosts, History, Mystery, Legends, and Lore. Yeah, I went on a trip to Annapolis, Maryland with my mother last month, just a random little getaway, and we explored the town, went on a ghost tour, which I didn't even know there was any ghostly stuff, you know, in Annapolis, but apparently there is, and that was fun. Then we kind of went and shopped, and they had one of these books, and if you guys remember, I picked one up in Gettysburg as well while I was there, and I really enjoyed that book, just about different ghost stories and legends and things like that. So I thought this would just be a cool little souvenir, and I haven't read it or anything yet, but I'm excited to get into because I just like reading up on this type of stuff. I think it's very interesting, whether you believe it or not. So that is the one book I got, and then after that we have actually one Blu-ray, and that is Night of the Comets. This is the Scream Factory edition. Now, I've never seen this movie before, and I didn't buy this. Austin actually gave this to me, my buddy Austin that I do my podcast with, and I believe he said he didn't really care for it too much, and that's why he was passing it on to me. Also, you know, I do try to collect the Scream Factory, so it's a good addition for that, but we'll see. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it looks like a movie that I probably wouldn't like myself, but I know this is one that a lot of people really adore, so we'll just have to see. I haven't gotten to check it out yet, but thank you to him for giving me this. And then after that, that was the one Blu-ray. Now we're on to the one VHS, and that is another Goosebumps clamshell here. I hope this isn't the one that I showed on the last video, because recently I got The Haunted Mask on VHS, and now I have this one, A Night in Terror Tower, and I got them in two different places, and I know I showed one in the last update, but I don't remember which is even which at this point, so if I already showed this, I apologize, but Night in Terror Tower, I've never seen this one before. I'm not very familiar with it, but I like to collect these clamshells. I'm up to a whopping 3 now, so that is cool. They just look cool to display on the shelf, and I enjoy watching these as well, so pretty cool. Alright, then after that, we will get into the DVDs, really in no rhyme or reason order here. First up, we actually have Jeepers Creepers, which I do own on VHS, but it's one of my favorite horror movies, honestly. It's one I grew up with and was very nostalgic for me, and it's just a good movie, so figured I would just get it on DVD. I know, you know, there's a special Blu-ray out there and everything like that, but it was a Dollar Tree, and I, you know, just wanted to get it on a better format since I only have this one, and actually part 2 as well on VHS. So Jeepers Creepers, and this is, I believe, one of those specialty covers that Walmart put out, so that's kind of what I was talking about there, where you could tell that these originally were from Walmart and then got passed on to Dollar Tree, so pretty cool, very good movie. Then after that, we have Mad Max. This is the first Mad Max movie. I've never seen any of them, and unfortunately I've heard that the first one's the least good out of all of them, but since I've never seen any of them, and it was a Dollar Tree for $1, I figured I would grab it and might as well start somewhere. So I'm curious to check it out. These are highly regarded in the horror community, even though I know they're more, I think, like action adventure type of films, or just plain old action violence type of movies, but still, I'm curious to check them out, and might as well start with the first one. So that is that one. Then after that, we have a movie called Big Bad Wolves, and I've seen this one at Dollar Tree several times, and I just didn't think it was a horror movie or anything like that, so I always passed on it. But I was there recently with JP, and he said, like, what are you doing? You got to get this. It's he said it was Moods' #1, I believe, of 2013 or 14. 2013, it looks like this came out, so and it does sound like it's more of a thriller, probably, suspenseful, maybe crime type of movie. I'm honestly not too sure. It says Best Film of the Year by Quentin Tarantino there, so that tells you something. So I am curious now on this one, because like I said, I just kept passing it up. I never even heard of this movie, so, but now I have it, and we will see what I think of it. Then after that, we have a movie that I recently just got a few days ago, and that is The Boat. And looks like this is a movie where a guy's like trapped on a boat, and the boat's kind of going to an unknown destination. Thought the cover looked cool and thought the premise sounded kind of interesting, so figured I would get it. Any movie that's set on a boat or in the open water I think is kind of creepy, because, you know, just the big wide ocean freaks me out. There's just so much space out there, much like outer space. It's like endless, and you don't know anything. But I don't know anything about this film really. It says abandoned, adrift, and not alone, so it sounds kind of creepy and cool, and I figured I would go ahead and grab it. Then after that, we have Cult Classics Collection. This has 5 movies. It has Lady Frankenstein, Silent Night, Bloody Night, which I did watch for the 1972 show I did on 22 Shots. And I will say it was not too bad, and just realized there's like a price tag actually on here that still says $3.97, but I did get this at Dollar Tree too. I didn't even realize that was on there. Is that a Walmart one? I think it is, but that's kind of funny. But then after that, it's The Satanic Rites of Dracula, The Terror, and Dead Men Walking. I've never seen any of these other movies. I definitely have heard of Lady Frankenstein, and of course Silent Night, Bloody Night I thought was not too bad of a film, so that's a cool one to have on this collection. And then the other 3 I don't really know anything about, nor do I know if I'll really like them, but thought it was just kind of a cool little set to grab, so why not? Then after that, we have one called House of Darkness, House of Lights. It says a new Conjuring has begun, but it's actually a 5-movie pack, so but I think House of Darkness, House of Lights is actually, yeah, it's like the first thing on here. And is this the one? It says it's an interview by Andrea Perron. So I don't know if that's more of a documentary or what. Honestly, I'm not too sure, if I'm being completely honest, but that's on here. And then you have The Devil's Partner, Cruel Will, Haunting Sarah, The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farm. So honestly, those all look kind of terrible, but I thought it just the first one just sounded kind of cool. Like I said, I don't know if that's a movie, if it's actually just like a interview. Has something to do with Conjuring type stuff, so very interesting. And you know, these other movies I'm curious to check out, because you never know, some of them might not be so bad, and some of them might be terrible, but it was $1, so I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this video. Then after that, we actually have Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist. If you remember in my last update, I got The Exorcist, The Beginning, I believe that one is called, from 2004, and this one came out just a year later in 2005, and they're both meant to serve as prequels to the Exorcist film. And apparently The Beginning is not that good, so I was kind of bummed, but then they ended up having Dominion at Dollar Tree, so I kind of lucked out there, and now I have both of them, and that's cool, because now I have, you know, more to my Exorcist collection. I don't have 2 or 3 of The Exorcist, but I do have the first one and now these 2, so, you know, that's cool. Build the franchise a little bit in my collection, and I'm very curious to check this out, because I've heard it's pretty darn good, so we'll see on that. Then I got Murder Party. I believe this is from 2007, and yeah, this is actually a decent film, a decent Halloween-themed film, where this guy goes to this, he's kind of like a loser, he lives alone with his cat, and he's invited to this party, or he's not even invited, I don't think. I think he finds like a paper on the floor, and he just invites himself, and it turns out to be a murder party where these people kidnap him and plan on killing him at the end of the night, so it becomes kind of this big thing. It was a very interesting type of movie. It feels very indie, and it's more of a horror comedy, so it does have some funny moments. I remember it had a very dreary, sort of depressing look to it, and there was aspects of it that oddly enough reminded me of The Breakfast Club, which is seems very strange and random, but you would have to see it to see what I mean. But not a bad movie though, not a bad movie. I've been wanting to kind of revisit this one because I watched this with JP a few years ago, and thought it was like, I was kind of like iffy on it, but yeah, I know it's not too bad, so I'm gonna rewatch it around Halloween time probably. Then after that we have I Saw the Devil from 2010. Now I actually owned this movie. I picked it up, I believe, at Cash and Culture a while back, and it's actually the same exact magnet DVD and everything, but unfortunately when I went to play it, it did not work for whatever reason. It played through the previews and then the screen just went completely black, and I thought it was part of the movie for a second, but then like it just wasn't doing anything and the chapters weren't working, so it got very wonky in that aspect. So hopefully this one works because, you know, it's an unopened new copy. It might have just been, it looked like I took out the disc and examined it, and it looked like it might have got wet or something. It had like this weird discoloration to it, so that might have been the issue there, but who knows. I know this movie is regarded highly as a masterpiece, so I wanted to really check it out, and I was kind of disappointed that that happened, but now I have it once again for $1, so that is pretty cool. Then after that we have Trollhunter from 2010 again, and Trollhunter is not one that I really know much about, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard that it's a pretty decent film. Not too sure what it's about. I assume troll hunting, but it looks like almost like a Bigfoot monster type of movie, so it looks kind of cool by the cover and even the back of it, so I'm very intrigued to check this one out because I've heard that it's a pretty decent film, so was excited to grab that one. Then after that we have a movie called Dark Was the Night. Honestly don't know really anything about this. It looks like it might be more of a thriller. I don't know though, the back looks kind of dark and menacing, so it might actually be horror, but like I said, I don't know anything about this. I just thought it looked cool, so I decided to grab it, so that is that one. Then after that we have Demon Hole. This looks awful, but it's this Demon Hole movie, and then it comes with 2 bonus movies. Wait for it. It has Legacy of Evil, which I don't know what that is, and Beneath the Mississippi, which if you listen to 22 Shots or follow Double Shot JP, my friend, anywhere, you would know he always has pegged this to be the worst film he's ever seen in his life, Beneath the Mississippi, that is. And it's 114 minutes, so that is just horrible, but I've always at the same time been kind of curious on it, and the funny thing is this isn't even the only movie at Dollar Tree that had Beneath the Mississippi as a bonus film. There was another set that had it, and I didn't grab it at first, but then I saw this one, and I was like, I kind of want that. I don't know why. I'm stupid and crazy, but yeah, we'll see. Legacy of Evil, though, I don't know what that is, and Demon Hole, I don't really know what that is, so we will have to check those out. They're only 81 minutes and 91 minutes, though, so they're not too cripplingly long, so that's a good sign. Then after that, we have a film called Red Island. Another one I honestly don't know much about. It looks like a type of movie where people go to an island to try to up their relationship or fix their troubled relationship. There's been a lot of movies like that. That's nothing too original, but I kind of like them. I think they're interesting, and then, you know, everything sort of goes wrong and they're on this remote island, so it actually sounds like it would be pretty good. But like I said, I don't, it's got Alex Esso in it. She's, you know, played in Dr. Sleep and Starry Eyes and a few other good, decent horror movies that have come out in recent years, so that gives me hope that this probably isn't too bad of a film, so kind of excited for that one. Put these down here so I don't fall over. And then after that we have Roadkill, a sci-fi original movie. So this is probably horrible too, but road trip they will never forget. I do like road horror movies, so I thought this would maybe be cool. Even if it's not that good, I do enjoy my road horror films. It's one of my favorite little subgenres, so we'll have to see about that. I know sci-fi original movies are never really the greatest, especially nowadays, and this is a nowadays type of film. And the funny thing is, it has that very generic cover of the girl crawling forward that Absentia has, and I recently picked up that movie, so now I'm gonna have a little collection of movies with this girl on the cover. I know in 22 Shots group page someone once posted all the films that they could find that had this cover, and I wish I could find that post because I'm very curious on it, and it's hard to really Google. I tried to Google once, like, this generic cover, and nothing was really coming up, so, but hopefully that post will come up again because I'm curious to see the other films, but yeah, this, like I said, road horror movie. I like road horror, so I can't really go too wrong on that, hopefully. And then after that, we have a movie called Don't Kill It. I think this is from 2017, and was a pretty decent movie from 2017. Basically, I'm pretty sure this was about, like, the premise was a demon that transmits from person to person once you kill it. If you're the one who kills the demon, it goes into you. So it's kind of this big dilemma where you literally cannot kill it because then it's just going to go into you. Then you're going to end up killed, and the next person's going to be a demon, and so on and so forth. So it was a pretty good film from what I remember, but it's been a while, and you know, I want to rewatch it because I remember thinking it was a pretty good movie. So that was a cool one to pick up. Then after that, we have a movie called Domain. Another one that I don't really know about. Looks like it's another type of virus spreading pandemic type of movie, and looks people were supposed to wait alone. I'm just reading the back here. People were supposed to, like, hide out in their bunkers, but then stuff starts going wrong. So your basic, like, virus spreading film. It sounds like it might be an isolated type of horror movie, so I'm always a pretty big fan of those, and, you know, of course, a survival film. So this one sounds like it won't be too bad either. I'm trying to see. Don't really know anyone on the cover, any of the actors. They don't seem familiar, but doesn't sound like it would be too bad. Then after that, we have a movie called The Music Box. I definitely have seen this at Walmart for a long time now, and looks like a really bad ghostly type of movie. If I'm being honest, you can just tell on the back, if you can see that. It's like, yeah, you got things that look like that, and then it's one of those ones that tries to have this spooky cover, but it's probably actually very low budget and bad. But I'm kind of a sucker for these movies. I always want to check them out, and I'm usually disappointed, but I just can't help but keep watching them, so why not grab it? Why not, guys? Then after that, we have a 7-pack, or 8-pack rather, called Croczella. Yes, this is Croczella, obviously some sort of killer crocodile film, and then you have Attack of the Giant Leeches, Piranha from, which Piranha is this? Doesn't say, but Piranha, the giant Gila monster creature, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet, The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, and The Killer Shrews. So, kind of like a creature feature pack. It's not really, I thought it was going to be like all crocodile horror movies, but it's more of, you know, you got Piranha, and then you have killer leeches, Gila monster creature, just all types of killer natural horror type things going on here. So honestly, this pack sounds like it could be kind of cool, and these movies are all from, seems like they're all from different years too. They're not all recent movies, so that kind of sparked my interest, because I always picture these being from like 2018 and that's it, but these are ones throughout the year, so very curious on some of these to see how they are. Then we have another film called The Gift, and The Gift, I think this is more like a psychological thriller film, but I've always heard pretty good things about it. I've never seen it. Want to say maybe my mom or someone in my family has watched this, but it's got Jason Bateman, and he's usually pretty solid in films, and yeah, I've heard this is a pretty good watch, so had to pick it up because, like I said, I've never seen it before. And then we have the Shadows collection, 8 movies included. I got a lot of multi-packs here, guys. The movies here is The Shadows, and then you have Backwoods, Feeding Grounds, Netherworld, Blood Predator, The Ghost Walks, The Black Raven, and Gothic. And Gothic's actually one that Vestron released, so this is yet again another multi-pack that has, like, movies from all different time periods. It's not like just recent shitty movies that people put out. It's actually a variety, and they all seem like different films. They're not just like ghostlies or just animal movies or anything like that, so that kind of sparked my interest as well. I feel like some of these might actually be pretty decent, so I'm very curious to crack into this one. Alright, and then after that, we have Holidays. This is an anthology film that a lot of people probably know from being on Netflix. It was very big a few years ago, I think 2017, 16, 2016, it looks like this movie came out, and it's an anthology. It's exactly what it sounds like, based around holidays. You have Valentine's Day, Halloween, Father's Day, Mother's Day, New Year's, Christmas, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day. So, pretty much all the basic holidays are represented there. To be completely honest, I didn't think this was that good when I saw it. There's only a few okay shorts, and the rest are pretty bad, but I've been kind of wanting to revisit it, and I've never seen this on a DVD copy. I always picture it as being like one of those Netflix films, and that's it. So I figured, why not just go ahead and grab it? And again, I can watch this. I could technically watch this around any holiday, I guess, but I remember it was kind of big around Halloween and Christmas time because it was called Holidays, but we'll see. I might change my mind on it a little bit, but I just remember it not being that great. Then after that, we have a movie called Look Away, and I believe this is one, when I posted, somebody commented saying it's actually a pretty good sort of hidden gem type film, or movie that's rather overlooked. This one came out in 2017 as well, so it's rather new, and I didn't really hear about it, so I'm curious to watch it now. I didn't really think much of it, but then someone commented on my post, I forget who it was exactly, but they said that they enjoyed it when it came out, and so that kind of piqued my interest and made me a little bit more excited for it. But other than that, I don't really know much about it, so Look Away. Then after that, we actually have a movie that I didn't get at Dollar Tree, and that is Hostel. My friend Austin, once again, he actually gave me this one because he just didn't want it anymore, and I accepted because I did not own Hostel in any format, so wasn't always my favorite movie, but I rewatched it recently, and I kind of came around on it. I don't mind it as much as I thought I did. It's one of those ones that you remember as being more brutal than it actually is. It does have its brutal scenes, don't get me wrong, but the whole movie is not like just a pure torture fest. There actually is a storyline to it, and the characters really aren't too bad in the movie, so I definitely came around on it. I ended up giving it like an 8 out of 10, so it is a good movie, especially of the time, and it still holds up today, so yeah, just not one I would rewatch a whole lot because I'm not super into the whole torture-y era of film, but it is good. I'm glad to finally own it. Then after that, another one from Austin that he actually kindly just picked me up at FYE when he went is Hellfest. I thought I owned this movie already, but it was actually my mother who has it, and we watched it together, and then she's the one who has it. So I did not own it, and I'm happy to have this because it's actually a movie that I quite enjoyed when it came out, and watched it, in recent time too, and I still liked it quite a bit. I just like the setting is fantastic. I mean, it's like a haunted house type setting, amusement park, if you will, like theme park, and then of course there's a killer on the loose, and you can't really tell who it is because they're all in a haunted house. So really cool premise, and one that I really like, and one that I would like to watch around Halloween time probably every year now. I'm gonna take a drink of water because my throat's getting dry. Alright. And now we're moving right along, and we have The Girl in the Photographs, starring Kal Penn. Okay. Yeah, so The Girl in the Photographs, I don't think I've never seen Kal Penn in anything else. I didn't realize he was in this. He's, of course, from Harold and Kumar, but yeah, I heard this is a pretty good movie. I think I want to say there's multiple of this film. Maybe not. I might be thinking of something different, but I've heard this is pretty good. I've never seen it before, so I can't really say much on it, but it's Wes Craven, I guess, was involved with it. It says this is its final film, but I think he's like the producer or something like that, but yeah. I'll have to see what this one's about, because I honestly don't even know what it's about. I just picked it up because I think JP told me it's pretty good. I've seen other people say it's good too, so that is another good one. Then after that we have The Snarling. This looks like a bad werewolf type of movie, but I don't know. It might be cool. It says in a rural village, the cast and crew of a horror film find themselves accused of a rash and savage murder. when the cursed movie they are making is connected by police to several gruesome slayings. So that actually sounds pretty cool in my opinion. Sounds like a kind of a more unique take on this type of movie, and I appreciate that. I'm always kind of curious on werewolf films, because I find that I do like them more than I thought I would. All the ones I've seen, I've come to enjoy quite a bit, so we'll see if this is good. It might be low budget and crap, but who knows? We'll just have to see. Then after that, we have a movie called Black Magic, another one that looks like another just crappy, ghostly type of film, but I heard someone said that it actually wasn't too bad, inspired by a true story. Yeah, I'm sure, but yeah, I don't know, this doesn't look too good, but I mean, the cover was cool, and it's got like a slip cover. I like when they actually have a slip cover with them. I don't know, that just is a bonus for me, and it was $1. Did I mention that lately? It was $1, so figured I would go ahead and grab it, so we will see about that one. Just seems like a brainless one to just pop on late at night if I don't feel like watching anything else for the most part. Then we have another one called The Purging Hour. I think this one looks kind of interesting, honestly. Yeah, I'm like so bad at multitasking and reading at the same time and doing a video, but don't really know what this one's about. Seems like more of a psychological type of film, but it actually doesn't look too bad. The cover kind of looks a little bit iffy, like it might be a low budget, typical thing like that, but reading the back and looking at the back, it doesn't look like it'll be too bad, and I'm very intrigued by it. It only runs 80 minutes too, so you know, I'm a big fan of my short films, so we'll see about that one. Then we have the Last Exorcism Part 2, one of the dumbest titles ever created, but I saw The Last Exorcism. I remember I was probably like 12 at the time, and I remember me and my friend were watching it, kind of making fun of it. We were having a sleepover, and then just halfway through the movie we started getting really scared, and it was really hard for us to fall asleep, and we ended up putting on Ghost Adventures to calm down, because Ghost Adventures is hilarious to me, but yeah, so fun story there, but that was the first movie. The second movie, honestly, I don't know much about this one. I don't know if it's good or bad. I feel like it's probably not that good, honestly, just because, I mean, the title alone, Last Exorcism 2, and it's also, like you can hear, broken on the inside, so that's great. I'm gonna have to open that one up and check on that, but I've always been curious on it, so I figured I would go ahead and grab it. I don't think I own Part 1, which I should, because I actually like Part 1. No, I don't. I watched it on streaming recently to like recheck it out, but I like Part 1, so we'll see if this one's anything near that. Then after that, we have Death House, which I hear this is like a steaming pile of shit of a film. I've heard nothing good about this movie, but it's got all, of course, the big names. It's got Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, Dee Wallace, Sid Haig, Lloyd Kaufman, freaking Adrienne Barbeau, Michael Berryman, Barbara Crampton, Gunnar Hansen. There's so many people in this movie, and how could it possibly go wrong? But that's what everyone says. That's kind of the slogan, like, what could go wrong? And apparently it's a horrible film, which makes me sad, because, you know, I respect all these people, and I hate to see them do a piece of crap movie, but I've really wanted to check it out to see for myself what people are talking about, so now I finally have the chance, and I have a feeling that I just have to go in with very low expectations and see what I'm getting into. I don't even know what this movie's really about. I guess a death house. I don't know, but, you know, I'll see. It was $1 once again, so, I mean, that was a good reason enough to get it, so that's that one. And we're getting down to the end here, guys. Next up, we have a movie called Scrawl, and this looks like a comic book that kills. That is basically what this movie seems to be about. This kid has a comic book, and deaths that are depicted on the pages are coming to life. So, again, it's not the most original premise, but I've never really seen this type of premise done with comic books, so I thought that was kind of, in a way, unique and cool. So, we'll have to see about this one. Again, it's from 2015, and it's a Wild Eye film, so, don't know if it's going to be good. It looks like it might be a little bit cheap, just based on the pictures on the back, but I'll just have to see about that. Then after that, we have a movie called Cold Skin. I actually watched this for our Halloween marathon that we do every year, me and some of my friends, and our friend Matt had picked this movie to watch, and it was a very strange movie, but I really enjoyed it. It kind of was getting compared to The Shape of Water, because it's honestly a very similar premise where like a fish-type creature and a man fall in love, and very weird, but it had a very beautiful setting, and I thought it was very intriguing to watch, so I was happy to pick this one up. Right, guys, one more drink of water so I don't die. Yes, hydration. And then lastly, guys, we have a movie called Darkness Reigns. I don't know why I saved this one for last, because it doesn't look that good, but looks like a movie. Yes, it looks like a movie. Looks like a wolf on the cover. Again, like kind of like the snarling, and it almost sounds, it's about filmmakers, again, making a film of sorts, and they're doing it at a haunted hotel, but I don't know, this actually looks more demonic though on the back, so that might be a demon creature on the front. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I don't know. It says it's fun, gory, and as hell, and solid throughout, so I doubt that, but we'll see about it. Another Wild Eye film, a lot of Wild Eyes at Dollar Tree, so we'll just have to see about that. That is my motto for this whole video. We're gonna have to see on these movies, and I'll report back one day maybe, or not, but yeah, in the next update video, if I watch some of these, I will let you guys know if they're good or not, but that's gonna do it for this long update. That seems like the biggest update I've ever done in my life, but I think it's mainly because I had so many DVDs that seemed like the stack just went on forever. But thank you guys for watching. I recommend going to Dollar Tree if you're trying to build your collection up fast. You can certainly do that, because my collection's like up to the ceiling at this point, so gotta start watching these films and slow down on buying them, but I just can't help it. I'm addicted, and I guess that's kind of the collector mindset there, so what can you do? Thank you guys for watching once again this update video, and as always, I'll see you next time for my next video.